Ever get the feeling like, is it just me, or is the internet obsessed with making everything a conversation these days?
Hmm.
Well, get ready, because today's deep dive is about exactly that.
Okay.
We're ditching the usual articles and reports, though,
Right.
and going straight to the source.
Interesting. What's on the docket today?
We are diving headfirst into the Arabic Wikipedia page for ChatGPT.
No, that's a choice I wasn't expecting. I'm intrigued.
It's fascinating stuff, and you've probably heard of ChatGPT, right?
Of course. It's everywhere you turn online these days.
Right. This chatbot from OpenAI that seemingly came out of nowhere late last year.
Sure. Yeah.
But, and this is key, calling it just a chatbot is like calling a smartphone just a fancy calculator.
I see where you're going with this.
ChatGPT is on a whole other level. We're talking about a tool that can write, get this, and debug code,
Really? No way.
compose music, even pass exams, like with flying colors. This is not your average chatbot.
That's for sure. You've piqued my interest with this one.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the Arabic Wikipedia angle?
Well, to understand how powerful ChatGPT is, we need to look under the hood.
Okay, I'm game.
And this is where it gets really interesting. ChatGPT, you see, it's built upon OpenAI's GPT 3.5.
Right.
And it uses this powerful combo of supervised and reinforcement learning.
Imagine it's like training a digital dog with treats.
Oh, okay.
That's essentially what's happening here, but with AI.
Okay, hold on. I'm intrigued, but you're going to have to break that down for me. How do you train a digital dog, let alone one that can code and compose symphonies?
Okay, so think of it like this. Two phases, right?
Okay.
First, you've got these human trainers showing the model the ropes,
Mhm.
right? Like providing examples of conversations, playing both sides, the user and the AI.
So like showing it how to have a conversation.
Exactly. Then comes the fun part, the reinforcement.
Okay.
The model gives an answer, and boom, it gets graded.
Graded by who?
The almighty algorithm, of course. But it's all based on what those human trainers set up. The better the answer, the bigger the metaphorical treat. You're essentially teaching the AI which responses earn those digital pats on the head.
So there are actual humans shaping how this AI, how ChatGPT thinks and responds.
Precisely.
It's like those humans are the digital puppeteers of the AI world.
It's a good way to put it.
No wonder ChatGPT can do some pretty incredible things. Like the Arabic Wikipedia page even mentions it can write and debug code.
Oh, yeah. It can even whip up music, write plays, you name it.
Get out.
Seriously. But what's got everyone talking, it's like the talk of the town, is its ability to ace exams. Like it's even outperforming us humans. Can you imagine getting schooled by AI?
I don't know if I'd be impressed or terrified. Although if it could have helped me pass those calculus exams back in the day, maybe I wouldn't be complaining. But on a serious note, does this mean, like, our professor's going to be out of a job soon? Should we be sending out our resumes to, like, learn to code boot camps now?
That's a question that a lot of people are asking these days. It really highlights the impact that ChatGPT could have on education as we know it.
Yeah, for sure.
Will teachers have to change how they assess what we really know? Will those standardized tests, you know the ones, will they have to change? These are all questions that educators are like grappling with right now.
Grappling is an understatement, I think. Because, let's be real, ChatGPT's debut in November 2022.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just another app launch. It was a full-blown phenomenon. Global, even.
It was like the tech world's version of Beatlemania.
Yeah.
And, you know, speaking of global, the Arabic Wikipedia page did mention it's available in multiple languages,
Right.
which is huge.
Absolutely. That just speaks to how far this tech has reached. You know, of course, the page does point out that how well it does its thing
Yeah,
can be different depending on the language.
makes sense.
But just the fact that they're, like, really trying to get past those language barriers,
Right.
that's a big deal, you know? Totally. It's like they're making sure everyone's got to place the table in this, like, new world of AI, right? Which, actually, that reminds me,
Yeah.
how did we even end up on the Arabic Wikipedia page for this? It's the same Wikipedia everyone uses, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually what makes Wikipedia so cool. You know,
Yeah.
it's this huge team effort, everyone working together,
Right.
and the goal is knowledge for everyone, no matter where they are, what language they speak.
I feel like there's a but coming.
Well, looking at the Arabic version of ChatGPT's page,
Yeah.
right? It's like a sneak peek into how another culture wraps their heads around this whole thing.
It's like we're seeing the flip side, like the other side of the coin of how people think.
Yeah.
And isn't that the best part about these deep dives?
Oh, tell me about it.
It's not just the info, it's the whole story around it,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes that story, that's the good stuff.
Couldn't agree more. It's like a reminder that tech doesn't just exist in a bubble.
Right. It's shaped by the folks using it?
Exactly. The cultures that made it, use it, it changes them too, in big ways.
It's a two-way street, like a symbiotic relationship almost.
There you go.
Which brings us back to those, like, ethical things we were talking about before.
Oh, right.
If this tech is going to be everywhere, we need to be talking about the whole what's right and wrong part of it everywhere, too.
100%. AI's future is everyone's future, right? No matter who you are, what language you speak, we got to be ready for whatever's next together.
Okay, so we've covered what ChatGPT can do, what it can't.
The good, the bad, and the potentially ugly.
Huh.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we even, like, dipped our toes into the ethics pool a bit.
Just a smidge.
But before we go full philosophy professor on everyone, I got to circle back to something really cool.
Okay, I'm listening.
Its creative side. The Arabic Wikipedia page. It even mentioned ChatGPT can compose music.
It's wild, right?
Hold on. Seriously. An AI writing symphonies? I can barely write a grocery list without messing it up. Is this the future of, like, music festivals? Will AI be headlining Coachella next year?
It could happen. It's not that far-fetched, right?
Yeah.
AI music is blown up right now.
Okay, calm down. But seriously, if AI can do all this stuff we thought was, like, only human stuff,
Yeah.
writing, coding, music, and all that, what does that even mean for us? Where do we fit in this whole AI world that's coming?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Right.
And there's no easy answer. But maybe that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. And maybe a little scary, too, right? Makes you really think about what it means to be creative, to be smart, to even be human.
I know, right? It's like we're standing at the edge of, like, I don't know, the unknown. Like we're making the map as we go along. Exciting and kind of creepy all at the same time.
A little bit, yeah.
But hey, that's the fun of it, right? Exploring the big questions, seeing where they lead. That's what we're all about.
Speaking of, anything else in that Arabic Wikipedia page that, like, jumped out at you?
You know what? There was one thing, actually. Remember when we were talking about Microsoft and how they're putting, like, a ChatGPT brain into Bing, their search engine?
Oh, yeah. That whole thing blew up online. What about it? We'll get this. The Arabic Wikipedia page. It calls this new AI Bing conversational experiences. It's like, terms of service.
Well, Bing conversational experience. Hold on. That sounds less like a search engine and more like something you'd see on a meditation retreat flyer. What's the deal with that?
Right. Like, who comes up with these names?
Yeah.
But I think it's a really interesting choice, right? It's like, maybe this is how we're going to be interacting with technology more and more. Like, it's not just about, typing in words and scrolling through a million results anymore.
It's more about talking, like actually having a back and forth, a dialogue with our tech.
Bingo. That's exactly it. And that's what ChatGPT is so good at, right? It's all about those natural human-like conversations, just like what we're doing right now.
Which, when you really think about it, is kind of wild, right? I mean, for decades, it's been us learning to talk to computers, learning their language.
Adapting to how they do things, yeah.
Exactly. But now, with AI like this, it's like they're finally learning to speak our language.
It's a whole new world, isn't it?
Amazing. And maybe a little, I don't know, unsettling at the same time. Like we're on the edge of something big, something totally new. Like the line between us and the machines is getting, like, blurry.
And that brings us right back to that big $1 million question we've been dancing around this whole time.
You mean if AI can do all this, write code, make music, even pass our exams, what does that even mean for us humans? Like, what does it mean to be intelligent now?
Exactly. Are we seeing, like, the beginning of a whole new kind of intelligence, one where we're teaming up with AI, working together in ways we haven't even dreamed up yet? Or is this leading us down a totally different path, one we haven't even thought of yet?
So many questions. But hey, isn't that what it's all about? Keeping those brains buzzing,
I get it.
So to everyone listening, keep those minds curious, keep asking the big questions, and keep exploring this crazy world of AI. Who knows? Maybe one day one of these deep dives will be hosted by an AI.
Now, wouldn't that be something?
That's a deep dive for another day. Thanks for joining us today, everyone, as we dug into the fascinating world of ChatGPT. We didn't just scratch the surface, we went deep, exploring its impact on the world and what it means to be human in the age of AI. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep on diving deep.